Number 6 says use the distributive property to multiply the following expressions. When we use the distributive property, you have to multiply into both pieces. So we take the 2 and we multiply it by 2, and that gives us 4. Then we take the 2 and we multiply it to the 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. Then we take that second number and multiply it into each. 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 4 is 24. Then we need to add. 4 plus 8 is 12, and 12 plus 24 is 36. If I add 12 and 36 together, I get 48. The answer to 6A is 48. 6B says x plus 6 times x plus 4, and we need to draw a figure that models this multiplication problem. So across the top, I want x plus 6. And then along the side, I want x plus 4. Then in this first box, I need x times x. X times x is x squared. In this second box, I want 6 times x, which is 6x. In this box, I want 4 times x, which is 4x. And in this last box, I want 4 times 6, which is 24. Then I add my pieces together. X squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 24. I can only combine things that are like terms. This piece has an x squared. This piece has a number with an x. This piece has a number with an x. So those two are considered like terms. 4 plus 6 is 10. But I cannot combine it with this piece because this one has an x squared and this one only has one x in it, or an x to the first power. They are not the same type of piece. This one doesn't have any x's at all. It is called a constant term. And since there are no x's, I cannot combine them with pieces that do have x's in them. So this is as simplified as our answer can get. Number 6C says 10 plus 7 times 10 plus 7. Remember, those parentheses mean multiply. The first number gets multiplied into both of those pieces in the second set. 10 times 10 is 100, and 10 times 7 is 70. Then the second number in the parentheses need to be multiplied with the numbers in the other set of parentheses. 7 times 7 times 10 is 70. And then 7 times the 7 is 49. Then we need to add all of our pieces together. All of these ones are numbers, so they are all the same type of unit, which means they are like terms and can be combined. 100 plus 70 is 170. 70 plus 49 is 119. If I add those together, I get 289. 6D says a plus 7 times a plus 7. But it doesn't tell you you have to use a picture or an area model, but it might be helpful anyway. So you want the top to say a plus 7, and the side to say a plus 7 also. Then draw your lines. And you can do a times a in this box, 7 times a in this box, and all of those pieces and add them together. Okay, a times a is a squared. A times 7 is 7a. Then we have 7 times a is 7a, and 7 times 7 is 49. This piece has an a squared. This one has an a. This one has an a. And this one has no a's. I can combine the two in the middle, and 7 plus 7 is 14. But I can't combine the other two pieces because they are not like terms. So my final answer is going to say a squared plus 14a plus 49. If you did the area model, it would look something like this. So on this one, you might notice that there's a minus sign in this one. That's a little bit different from the previous 4 that we've done so far. It's the same process though. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15. But now instead of 3 times 5, we have to do negative 3 times 5. And that is negative 15. Then we do negative 3 times 3, which is negative 9. If I add 15 and take 15 away, that just makes 0. So now I have 25 minus 9. 25 minus 9 is 16. Okay, this one is a combination. We now have that minus sign like we did in the last problem, but we also have the variables like we had in some of the ones in the past. X times x is x squared. X times positive 3 is positive 3x. Then I have a negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x. And a negative 3 times a positive 3 gives us negative 9. These two are the same type of piece, and if you add 3 and then take 3 away, you have 0. So we have x squared minus 9 because these ones add to 0. It cannot get any simpler than that because an x squared and a 9 are not the same type of term. You cannot combine those. You have to leave it written like that.